Everybody, I want you to say hi, YouTube. This is going to be the first react video, and we are reacting to What is Warhammer 40k by Bricky, who was suggested by a lot of you guys. All right, let's get into it.
In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium exists the Empire of Man, a backwards carcass of an empire comprised of many devoted forces, gigantic robot knights, religious machine cultists,
Look at all those arms and tentacles.
and incredibly heavily armored women.
Yes, I'm all for this. Armored woman, yes.
Most likely with sweltering abs, and one must know what those abs taste like.
No! Not the ad right away! Oh my god. Oh my goodness. This is... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That transition is perfect. Screw you, Bricky.
Flavor is here. Sweet six-pack has arrived.
His
a
Gamer
delicious
Subs?
and refreshing cherry pineapple blend. Play the
You
sound.
know what? You know what? Because you transitioned it so well, I'll let you play. I'll let you shout yourself out, my guy.
Bricky's official Gamer Subs flavor is here.
That's his
Sweet
own
six-pack,
Gamer Subs.
Not only in regular energy
Oh my
mode, but
goodness.
also
I thought
in
that was like a
caffeine-free.
VTuber.
The cherry pineapple flavor
I thought
is
this
not
was
the
a
kind of flavor that
VTuber.
just smacks you in the face. It is
Okay, that
light,
actually sounds
it is
really good. It
refreshing,
does.
and it's one of those
Caffeine-free.
things where you sip it and you go, not bad. And next thing you know, you were having your fourth refill the same day.
Okay, I'm done with I'm done with the Gamer Subs. Okay, here we go.
The age of knowledge and enlightenment has ended. The age of darkness has begun.
Darkness is upon us.
Roughly 60 million years ago, there existed aliens. And these aliens lived short, painful lives. They belonged to radiation-stricken worlds and often died of various cancers before the age of 30. These aliens, the Necron tier, looked up to the stars and found extreme beings of real power. Beings
Okay, Necron Tears mentioned. I will try to remember that.
with the ability to create life. The old ones of the galaxy. They asked these old ones for help.
The old
Please
ones.
cure us of
That's his
our
chat.
ailments. To which the old ones said, piss off. So the
Piss off!
Necron tier gathered together and did the sensible thing. They declared war upon these old beings and were promptly beaten into the dirt back to their short, painful lives. In the world of Warhammer, there is a hell. This hell is not like you and I know it. It's more of an afterlife, a place where dead souls end up. This
Not the
place has
Super
many
Mario
names.
music.
The Empyrean, the Sea of Souls, the Immaterium, and the Ether. But mostly
So lots of names for hell. Okay.
we just call it the warp. While you and I
warp.
know of hell as a place of horrors and punishment, the warp isn't really that. Not in the beginning. It's energy, but the kind of energy formed from
Is it over
thought
9,000?
and soul, psychic energy, where the dead souls of people end up in a place that is impossible to understand. No laws of reality exist. Like time is merely a suggestion, and it is not something
Time
that
is
can
but
be
a construct.
braved easily. The warp would be like sailing the ocean in a pirate movie. To jump from your ship would be certain death. To stay in the sea for too long on your boat could drive a man mad. And there are many dangerous things lurking in those depths. Yet, the sea is not evil. It simply is.
It just exists. It's just here. It's like us.
Mostly. There are more malevolent beings in those waters, areas that you do not sail towards. This would be known as the realm of chaos. The realm of chaos exists in the warp as a special area led by 3 chaos gods. Khorne, the god of combat.
Corn! I'm sorry. I like that. Corn, the god of combat.
Murder and slaughter, with a pile of skulls taken in his name. Tzeentch, god of change.
Tzeentch. Dear God. Oh my goodness, these names. Guys, we have to invent like some kind of name to make it easier to remember them. Zeechy boy, Teeth boy. We'll call him Teeth boy, okay? Teeth boy.
Mystery and deceit, a confusing paradox of lies, schemes, and sorceries. And Nurgle, god of rot.
Oh, you guys mentioned him a lot yesterday, or the other day. Nurgle. So this is Nurgle. This guy also has a lot of teeth. Okay. What is he cooking? What is he cooking?
Pestilence and Genshin Impact. All things rot in the end.
No.
And Grandfather Nurgle is waiting for you with open arms. These gods ruled their respective realm in the warp, sending their many followers against each other in the great game.
So is Nurgle and Teeth Boy friends? Zeech? Also Haggar, are they friends? Are they like allies? Plague Father? Nurgle making some soup. Can I have some? Would you really want soup from Nurgle? Stinky Boy 10,000. Absolutely no. No, they... Okay. Okay. They're not friends. They are not Discord friends. I see.
To be the most powerful of all the gods. So the warp exists. Hell is real, parallel to our galaxy, with the realm of chaos and its gods fighting for control. But there are also gods of real space, gods of the normal world too. They're called Catan, and they eat stars.
Well, it is gluten-free, you know.
Think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
These star gods saw the plight
of
our
gods,
poor
yes.
Necron tier and how the old ones cast them aside and said, you know what? You guys want immortality? Oh, we will make it happen. We are the gods of the tangible, of real space. We can give you a cure. So then they ate all their souls.
Oh, shit! Well, that got evil real quick. Okay.
And turned them into robotic automaton.
They ate them and then gave them prosthetics?
Feasting on their souls and leaving a hollow shell of an intelligence left that is technically immortal. With the power of an entire species' souls, they turned their new robotic slaves on the old ones and hunted them to extinction. The Necron tier, now the soulless, undying Necrons, got their wish at the price of their souls. But we can count the number of kind gods on an amputated hand. With time, the selfish star gods turned on each other, fighting one another for more chances at glory and power. With this, the leader of the Necrons.
Okay, they ate them and shit out robots. Okay. Deceiver Catan, boy, do I have a deal for you. So they're like the devils. The devils who will grant you powers, but in turn will do something that is unexpected.
Zarek, the Silent King, the man who doomed his species.
Okay, introvert king. Okay, king, let's go.
When he accepted this deal, waited, planned, bide his time until he seized the perfect moment and turned his legions of undead citizens against the star gods.
There's so many. We have the Catan, we have the star gods. Wait, is the Catan the star? I'm already getting confused. Anyways, we have the zombie boys. Catan are the star gods. Okay. We have Nurgle. We have Teeth Boy, Jeet or whatever. Sheet, Zeet. I'm so sorry, I'm botching the name, guys. I'm trying my best to retain. I am putting a lot of effort to retain. Blue man. The Warhammer world, everything is evil. Yes, the dark age. Darkness is upon us. Okay, Zeech. Okay, all good. It's a lot of info. Zeech. So we have the Legion of Undead as well. Good is subjective in the 40k universe. So we don't have our typical Jon Snow boy who wants to do good in all the realm type of being here. First faction, Necrons. Gotcha. And then the robot poop boys.
Gods cannot be killed, but they can be broken. So Zarek broke the star gods into thousands of pieces and locked them away in vaults, taking their free will away as they did to them, and sealed them away as
the star
Pokemon
gods
to be used as weapons in the future.
the star gods.
It's the Void Dragon.
Zarek then, with his perfect memory, exiled himself for his sins, flying out to the darkness between galaxies to atone for what he had done. This entire situation, the genocide of the Old Ones and the rebellion of Zarek, will go down in history as the War in Heaven. It is the most brutal war the galaxy has ever seen and ever will see. This was a conflict that took an entire galaxy-spanning species and pitted them against gods that ate stars. The Necrons,
Gods that ate.
rather crippled from, you know, the war in heaven, decide to go to sleep in gigantic tomb worlds on various planets until the upstart species of the galaxy died out. And so turns out when you have a war that lasts tens, hundreds of thousands of years and involves the genociding of multiple species,
Honestly, the art in the background, is that from the original Warhammer series? Because the art is really cool. Or is this just fan art? It's really cool.
Old Ones of the galaxy and the consumption of souls from an entire race, the warp gets a little wacky. You know, if you had a kiddie pool and it was nice and calm, corn is over.
I can't. How is he making a metaphor with the warp and the kiddie pool? That's official art. Okay, let him cook. Okay, we're gonna let him cook.
We're there splashing about, so you don't really go in that direction. Nurgle has explosive diarrhea, so you
He's the kid that shits in the pool. Nurgle's the kid that shits in the pool. Confirmed.
you don't really go in that direction either, but you can still kind of get in the pool. The pool's still fine. Turns out when you add a couple trillion souls to that kiddie pool, it'll make the waves a little more turbulent. And turns out a lot of them like to pick a side: Nurgle, Tzeentch, or Khorne.
Nurgle, Tzeentch, or Khorne. Nurgle, Tzeentch, or Khorne. Nurgle, Tzeentch, Khorne, Star Gods, Legion of Undead.
So the once calmer warp, the once relaxing kiddie pool, has now been bloated. 1,000,000 years of war will certainly make Khorne, god of murder and slaughter, more powerful. 1,000,000 years of war will probably make Tzeentch, god of deception and change, a little more powerful. And good god, 1,000,000 years of war will make Nurgle, god of decay, oh, just the tiniest bit more powerful. Now entering that kiddie pool is no longer fun, it's dangerous. The warp is now a problem. Hell is resembling hell a lot closer to what we imagined it originally. The Sea of Souls and the Realm of Chaos are now intertwined. So who else to brave the galaxy than a species that won't need to deal with that?
Elves? Yeah!
The Eldar are space elves. They have a lot of the traits that you probably think of when you think of elves. Tall, slender, pointy ears, bit more androgynous looking, no matter what DeviantArt will tell you. And a bit stronger on the
emotions, the feels. Do the Eldars feel their fifis strong?
Emotional side. The old ones, as I mentioned, could create life. And when they were getting, you know, absolutely bodied by the Catan and the Necrons, they made some new races to try to help them. One of them was the Eldar. It didn't save them, but they're here now anyway. Oh, and also the orcs, but
Orcs! I'm curious about the orcs. Okay, let's rewind that a little bit, guys.
You think of when you think of elves: tall, slender, pointy ears, bit more androgynous looking, no matter what DeviantArt will tell you, and a bit stronger on the emotional side. The old ones, as I mentioned, could create life. And when they were getting, you know, absolutely bodied by the Catan and the Necrons, they made some new races to try to help them. One of them was the Eldar. It didn't save them, but they're here now anyway. Oh, and also the orcs, but they're busy right now.
No thing, only Smash. No, think only
The
destroy.
Eldar are a particularly psychically powerful race, so they were really adept at being able to handle the new turbulent warp of chaos and good at killing Necrons, hence why they went to sleep. Being psychically gifted is basically like being a wizard, but
I love that. I love that art. I'm just gonna have to rewind a little bit.
being able to handle the new turbulent warp of chaos and good at killing Necrons, hence why they went to sleep. Being psychically gifted is basically like being a wizard, but you get your wizard powers from hell. This is called being a psyker. And basically, if you want to do cool wizard shit like lightning from your hands or reading someone's mind, you can do that, but you siphon the energy to do that from the warp. Luckily, the Eldar are very good at handling this without too many negative effects because, you know, summoning power from the Sea of Souls with the new Chaos Friends can be a bit of an issue, but Eldar are pretty good at it. And you see, what's really cool and also awful about Warhammer is that most developed species travel long, faster than light distances by going through that warp. They create a tear in
I'm trying to be mature.
reality.
As someone who has seen, you know, anatomy books a lot. Anyways, moving on.
To unreality and move through it. Faster than light travel? Cringe. We go through hell itself to deliver your packages. For those of you who play Minecraft, you know how the nether is like a pocket dimension? So moving 10 spaces in the nether is actually moving something like 1,000 in the real world. That's basically what warp travel is. Just much like in the nether, there are a lot of things that want to kill you. The Eldar found a way to do so.
That is so cool. Is that a figurine? That looks like a figurine. Excuse me.
In between realities, not regular reality,
The
not the warp,
webway?
something else, a purgatory of sorts, a fabricated psychic realm that allowed them to travel without fearing the negative effects of the warp. The Eldar were the perfect fit for the new galaxy, and they took it with open arms and pointy ears. The empire of the Eldar spread everywhere, and it spread all the way until now. The 21st century. That's right. While you were watching NPC streams on TikTok, the space elf.
Bricky. Bricky. Why you gotta do us dirty like that? I have to be Bricky's bricked up. Oh my god.
Were ruling the galaxy, and they
I need more bullets. No.
did so for quite a long period of time. The 21st century came and went. Humanity grew and grew, all under the nose of their elf overlords. At this time, humans advanced.
Yes, we are a grower.
Your classic sci-fi style way. We began to expand, colonize our solar system, terraform.
Okay, so in Warhammer, humans exist still. I thought it was just all like fictional races. So humans are a thing in Warhammer. Okay, cool. Also, hi Tarek, welcome in.
Formed our planets, created new and more powerful machines and starships. The age of Terra, also known as Earth, but we call it Terra here, was here and existed between the 21st century all the way until the 15th millennia. Not much is known about this time, not much needs to be known. Humanity grew up, sought the stars. It's classic. Then came the years between 15,000 and 25,000.
15,000, 25,000, okay.
The age of technology. Or to some, the dark age of technology.
I fear for this age that it may become a reality for us. Hi 26 unit, it is I, Red Senshi.
This is when humanity reached a new apex of
Apex mentioned.
Technological understanding. When you think of sci-fi, there's a lot of things you can think of. Star Trek, maybe Star Wars style.
Damn,
you can go
son.
cyberpunk dystopian. The age of technology was deep sci-fi, like a scientific prowess that fringed on magic. This is also when the first ever psychers
Ariatea, the rat.
began showing up in humanity. Individuals with the genetic mutation to be able to access the warp and then, because of that, travel through it. Humanity was no longer constricted to their early ways of travel. With warp travel, they could go anywhere in the galaxy. They equipped ships with...
That's so scary because humans are so fragile. Living in Warhammer as a human is not good. Exactly. Exactly. I would assume, this is just an assumption, you don't need to correct me on this. I would assume that humans would be the weakest race / faction in this universe.
With gigantic AI machines, with everything you would ever need to know about mankind, and sent them out on colony ships to expand their influence across the galaxy. This was truly the golden age of humanity. And with every golden age,
oh my god,
there is a fall. While the new human upstarts of the galaxy were reaching new levels of technology and prowess, the Eldar were engaging in
Debauchery!
debauchery!
that's SpongeBob memes and Warhammer.
What happens
Debauchery.
when a species has everything? You can produce unlimited food out of nothing. Your need for farmers
Not Griffith. Yes, that's a very cool art of Griffith.
and workers, gone. You have dominated the stars and have created a fast travel system that doesn't rely on the dangers
Oh my god, they have unlocked the fast travel.
of the warp. You
Brother.
have nothing else to do. You have no struggles, no problems, and feel as if there is nowhere else to go. Well, you begin to experiment. The Eldar started harmless enough.
Oh my god, they're like the freaking rich billionaires. They did everything. They're rich, they're strong. Now what do? We fuck around and find out.
You know, you take a serious interest in your species' culture, your arts, paintings, poems, plays. These are Eldar, elves, remember? Their emotions are heightened, more powerful than us humans. So your plays get louder.
As an empath? Dark's feeling as an empath? I'm so sorry.
They start to push on the limits of your hearing ability. Your music becomes different, more deranged. It pushes the boundaries of what is art. The visual spectacle of art becomes more bizarre, more delusional, more eccentric. And let's not forget a very important sense. Touch. Pornography is one thing.
Oh,
Brothels is another. What if they all mixed?
Yeah.
What if your brothels were part of your art and music? And what if those became more deranged? The boundaries of debauchery were not just met, but shattered. Next thing you know, murder is commonplace and
art.
often mixed with the art, music, and sex. Pain is a common byproduct.
Yeah, so they're psychos. Psychars, right? So psychos.
Of entertainment. Whatever sensation you can have must be increased, must be enhanced, must be taken to the limits. The Eldar Empire slipped into a nightmarish realm of debauchery and excess, with the worst of it taking place in a city in the Webway, a black market for these kinds of heinous acts known as
oh my god, the black market. Okay, Comarag.
Comara. Some Eldar
Comara. Comarag. Comara.
saw the writing on the wall, saw what was happening to their species and how far they had slipped. So
Comrag! Stop.
they boarded continent-sized starships called craft worlds and left their empire, seeking a more enlightened, calmer existence among their peers. Some, those in Kamara, pushed it to even greater heights, relishing the pain and torment they inflicted on those around them. All during this, the warp, the yin to the yang of the world, was fed by these emotions, by
Oh no. Basically, all of them corrupted the warp.
the psychic power of the Eldar, by the souls taken in these depraved acts on a galactic scale. And just like that, Eldar ended. Slanesh, the fourth chaos god, was birthed into existence and consumed the souls of 90% of the Eldar population.
Damn. So, Slanesh basically had one goal. eliminate the elves.
Those that fled were spared the worst of it, and those in the webway in Kamara were able to stave off the pull of Slaanesh so long as they continued to commit horrid acts of torture and violence. But for the majority of the Eldar, their empire died with Slaanesh's birth. The new fourth chaos.
Where the fuck did she come from? Or she, he, they?
God. She
who she has a penis? Okay. Wait. They.
Who thirsts. The god of unspeakable.
The Eldar. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I gotta rewind a little bit. I'm so sorry.
Years. Some, those in Kamara, pushed it to even greater heights.
Oh, so like the warp birthed her out? The warp birthed her out? The excessive amount of debauchery made Slaanesh. They were made from the death of 99% of the Elder dying at once. Basically, their collective emotions, actions reverberating in the warp just kind of coalesce into yeah. Okay. Basically, the warp said, you fucked around too much. It's about time you find out. Here we go. Here's our baby, Slaanesh. Now go kill them.
Relishing the pain and torment of 90% of the Eldar population. Those that fled were spared the worst of it, and those in the webway in Kamara were able to stave off the pull of Slaanesh so long as they continued to commit horrid acts of torture and violence. But for the majority of the Eldar, their empire died with Slaanesh's birth. The new fourth chaos god, she who thirsts, the god.
She who thirsts.
Of unspeakable excess of
chat be like
pleasure, pain, hedonism, and perfection had been born. With the fall of the Eldar Empire came the ruin of humanity. Slaanesh's birth sent storms in the warp across the galaxy, making travel between star systems impossible. Coupled with a huge classic AI rebellion, as a staple in these sci-fi settings, humanity began to suffer the age of strife. Now,
oh no.
Planets that relied on intergalactic travel were completely cut.
So no more fast travel.
Off. Long-range messages normally sent through the warp were snuffed out.
No! What about all the long-distance relationships? Oh no! What about the LDRs across the universe? Oh no, rip.
If you were a planet that was great at mining stuff but couldn't get food, well, you know that movie about the rugby players in the mountains? Oh, and because of these insane warp storms and fluctuations, psychers began to appear among the human population a bit more often. Now, this initially had them hunted down as witches, because that's pretty common in this setting, but some deemed it right to protect them. Unfortunately for those people, psychers, because they open a gateway to the warp, don't really know how to use their powers well, they kind of attract demons who then force their way through the psyker as a conduit of sorts and begin to slaughter the population of your planet. The Age of Strife was a catastrophic period of time for humanity and set back their progress tenfold over the not one, not two, but 5,000 year period. During this time, the age of humanity that we know began to form. Worlds equipped with
okay, and this is where we start. I can't reach my baby from the other side of the galaxy. Oh, 5,000 years of that caused this. So humanity was forced to advance their technology even more. A knight has appeared. This knight looks a bit kind of goofy.
Large mechs for agriculture began to equip them with weapons to defend from alien and demonic invaders. Over 5,000 years, this became a custom and tradition, dubbing them as night worlds, a feudal society of honor-bound.
It looks like the guy from Space Marine 2, you know, with the eye robot thing.
Knights in gigantic robots that uphold the chivalric code to defend their worlds and honor. A group of individuals on Mars, after radioactively bombing their planet to become inhospitable to human life, ran their entire lives underground on the few life support systems keeping them alive. Those technicians who could work on the machines and keep them operational were revered, and over 5,000 years went from skilled members of society to full-blown priests. The cult mechanicus, or tech priests of
Cult mechanicus. There you go. It's not mechanicus, it's mechanicus. Thank you. Tech priest, yes. Medieval themed mecha is honestly so cool.
Of Mars formed in the ashes of the Red Planet with a religious fervor and doctrine on the cult of the machine god. And on Earth, or Terra, techno-barbarian tribes waged war across
techno-barbarian tribes. That sounds super cool.
Planet in a Mad Max style of blood and gore. Until finally, a mysterious man who lived in the shadows of Terra for millennia finally revealed himself to the populace. His name was the Emperor.
There he is! There's the boy! The big E! The big E! Dad! Dad! Hi, Dad! Will the Emperor appreciate if we call him Dad? What do you think the Emperor will do if you call him Dad? Hail the god, Emperor of Man. The Giga Chad, the Giga Dad.
Emperor. He deemed himself the Emperor of mankind. Where did he come from? I don't know. Why is he 10 feet tall and the most powerful psyker of all of mankind? I don't know. Why is he basically immortal? I don't know. Where'd Cotton Eye Joe go? Who knows? But he's here, and he isn't happy with all of you ripping up Terra. So he began the unification.
He exists. Did the warp also birth him out from humanity getting fucked by the Eldar having their debauchery and Slaanesh doing her thing? Hail the Empress. Hail Reg the Empress. Hell yeah. We don't know. He's kind of just there suddenly. He's like, all right, I'm here. I'm here. You guys fucked up. It's not really clear where he came from, to be honest. Pretty much, Terra kind of pooped him out. Terra kind of pooped him out. Okay. Okay, so basically Terra just, you know, had to take a little big shit. Okay. Okay, moving on.
Wars, where he and a very early version of the famous Space Marines, the Thunder Warriors, reunited Terra under a single banner. With blood. Then, after taking over Earth, he reunited the Thunder Warriors into the fucking dirt. This is where we get the Imperium of Man.
That timing should be Imperium of Man part.
Also known as the Imperium. The new faction headed by the Emperor of Mankind with a treaty signed with the Cult Mechanicus on Mars to spread out and reunite.
Hold on, what treaty? Treaty? Hold on.
With the Cult Mechanicus, also known as the Imperium. The new faction headed by the Emperor of Mankind with a treaty signed with the Cult Mechanicus on Mars to spread out and reunite humanity after the catastrophic Age of Strife. But first, the Emperor is going to need some smaller versions of himself. 20 of them, 18
babies
of them, I meant, gene-crafted sons of the strongest human to ever live. All of them possess unparalleled strategic.
Oh, the Primarchs, or they're basically like the generals, or like what? Like the apostles, his apostles. Horus be like Red. I'm not that strong. Big his generals, yes.
Strategic power, intelligence, formidable strength and size. A real powerful force to unite humanity and stop the chaos of the current galaxy. Speaking of chaos, you ever seen that image?
Here we go.
That guy, it's like throwing the baby like a basketball. It's about what happened. The Chaos Gods intervened and grabbed the 18 Primarch gestation pods and yeeted them across the galaxy at a whim, everywhere they could possibly go. A galactic game of keep away. So the Emperor had to get them back. So begins.
Okay. So they're all spread out then. Super far.
The Great Crusade, a crusade across the stars to reunite not just humanity, but the Emperor with his fallen sons. The first to be found.
Fallen sons.
was Horus.
Horse. Nay.
One of the strongest and most noble sons. The emperor carried with him a legion of newly crafted warriors with genetic material made from their Primarch father. These are the newly made Space Marines.
The Space Marines. Let's go. Let's go. The brothers. The fellas.
For Horus, his were the Luna Wolves. And as the emperor continued on his great crusade, he found more and more of his sons, reuniting them with their individual Space Marine legions. Leman Russ, the cunning hunter with the Space Wolves. Rogel Dorm, the Phalanx with the Imperial Fists. Angron, the barbarian, the very angry with his...
Angron, very angry. Makes sense. Thank you for making it simple. Thank you for making it simple. I love that.
His world eaters. Fulgrim, the perfect, with
oh no. Very flamboyant.
his emperor's children. And Jagatai Khan, the swift, the stoic, and his white scar.
Why does this remind me of Star Wars?
Those were
Fulgrim, more like gay grit.
just some of the 18, and one by one his lost Primarch sons were returned to him, and their Space Marine legions returned to them. The Great Crusade saw humanity once again reconquer the stars, returning worlds of humanity back to the Imperium and killing any and all who stood against their noble crusade.
Humans.
But in the years of the 31st millennia, treachery would break this all apart.
Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. Horus! Oh! Oh no, the Horus heresy! The Horus heresy!
We don't know what we did. Horus, the Emperor's most beloved and favored sons, named War Master for the Crusade, succumbed to the power of chaos and daddy issues. All
I almost spat out my drink.
because of that bastard Erebus. Yo, fuck Erebus. Slowly, Horus
What
would
did
become
Erebus do?
corrupted, turning the Emperor's sons against him. This begins the most pivotal moment in our story, and the one that has like 50 books written about it. The
Holy. Heresy of Hennessy. Yes. Wait, do the brothers drink alcohol? Erebus who? Who is Erebus?
Horus heresy. 9 of the 18 Primarchs turned against the Emperor, and the following years...
Wait, half? So he convinced half to turn against the Emperor? Oh shit. Does he say that Erebus is universe? Oh no, they're drilling again. Disclaimer! For all of those that are watching, I do apologize for the drilling background noise. Remain calm, it's only a drill. The dumb mentally unstable half beside Magnus.
were a bloody battle for the throne of Terra. The Emperor originally was working on a special webway project, just like the Eldar, to make faster-than-light travel significantly easier, and years were a bloody battle for the throne Terra. The Emperor originally was working on a special webway project, just like the Eldar, to make faster-than-light travel significantly easier and
this is not
safer.
registering.
Really improve
Hold on,
Terra.
I'm getting distracted.
The Emperor
I'm getting
begins the most
distracted.
pivotal moment in our story,
Okay.
and the one that has like 50 books written about it, the Horus Heresy. 9 of the 18 Primarchs turned against the Emperor, and the following years were a bloody battle for the throne of Terra. The Emperor originally was
Oh, so it's another Game of Thrones thing.
working on a special webway project, just like the Eldar, to make faster-than-light travel significantly easier and safer. Really improve humanity to allow them to conquer the stars without the risk of the warp. Well, this big red idiot named Magnus kind of blew a hole into that.
Oh. Big red idiot. Why am I getting called out?
Literally and figuratively. So Big E over there is stuck on a
Big E.
gigantic golden throne, holding back the oncoming rush of demons and powering the Astronomicon.
The Astronomicon, what is this now? Okay.
Basically a big North Star for people who are sailing in the warp to help them navigate. The Horus Heresy saw many loyalists and
I have a new leader at the Painteds. Being Painteds.
traitor legions pitted against each other in a bloody war until it reached.
Hold on. So the traitors, they fought against each other too, basically for the throne. Is that what's happening here? Grey Shame. The Necronomicon. I was a Magnus fan, but yeah, I guess red is just thumb color. Why paint when you can make it longer? Nope, just traitors versus Emperor Simps. You call them the Emperor Simps? How dare you? It's a battle royale for the throne.
Terra itself. Horus, unable to break
Oh, heretics versus the holy. Okay.
through the lines and with time running out, made a gambit and opened his ship up to be boarded. The Emperor took legions pitted against each other in a bloody war until it reached Terra itself. Horus, unable to break through the lines and with time running out, made a gambit and opened his ship up to be boarded. The Emperor took this challenge, quickly allowing someone else to take control of the throne as he teleported his way onto Horus's flagship, the Vengeful Spirit. The Emperor, unable to truly kill his most beloved son, changed his mind right quick when Horus strangled the life out of his other son, Sanguinius.
Oh no!
I'm sure you
Oh no. Okay. So there is some
You've seen this
kindness. I don't know if that's considered kindness from the Emperor. But he hesitated to kill his own son despite his own son causing so much trouble. Sanguinius. Rip. Yes, rest in peace. Rest in peace, brother Sanguinius.
image at some point. The Emperor then said, "I'm not gonna sugarcoat it," and proceeded to psychically blast Horus into complete
Blast him. Blast him. Blast his ass.
oblivion, killing not only his body, but also his soul.
Also his soul. That is so bad.
Horribly wounded from this duel, the Emperor is returned to the Golden Throne in order to keep the demons at bay and power the Astronomicon, because without it, humanity would be flying blind. There he sits, slowly dying from his wounds and the strain of powering the Golden Throne. The only thing keeping him alive is feeding upon the souls of 1,000 psychers every single day. This was 10,000 years ago. We are now...
Oh, now it makes sense. 1,000 per day? Damn, he is hungry. But how would you be... So I am guessing that being the sacrifice is an honor. It's a big imperium. Quintillions. What would warrant you to be chosen as the sacrifice? The sacrifice. They love to say it's an honor. They love to say it's an honor. Piskers. I'm sorry I read that as Piskers. Psychers are one out of millions of mutations as well. Big E needs some sun. More like Big E needs more bodies. I love the theory that the Emperor only actually survives because the orcs believe he is unkillable and whatever they believe manifests. Psychers being run up to fed to the Emperor. And it's not an honor. Psychers are highly regulated, even marked as allowed to live. If they're not marked, then well, oh, I see. So people must be competing to be a Psycher then. That's my headcanon too. Big E needs more milk, he's just bone. He's just bones.
In the 41st millennium, modern day, Warhammer
Here we go.
40,000.
He said it! He said it! He said
The
it!
Emperor remains on his throne. The Imperium is a rotting carcass of an empire, a fascist, xenophobic cult that worships the Emperor as a deity despite him never wanting to be seen as a god. Over the span of
Oh my god, he's a humble guy then. He's just a humble guy.
1 million worlds, the ecclesiarchy, the church of the Emperor, is spread throughout. Inquisitors with unparalleled power root out any sign of heresy or lack of devotion to their god Emperor. The other half of the traitor legions move about as Chaos Space Marines, raiding and pillaging the Imperium, while the loyalist half does their best to keep the Empire alive. All throughout this, they must endure Orc invasions, Eldar trickery, the reawakening of the Necron race, and the Great Devourer.
That is too much on their shoulders. Everyone is a problem.
Newest tyrannid threat from the darkness between galaxies that has arrived to feast on their worlds. The theme of Warhammer 40,000 is regression and intolerance. Every major faction in Warhammer has had an empire that spanned the galaxy only to be crushed back to a hollow shell of what they once were due to their own failings. Culture, the arts, personal freedom, religious tolerance, the simple possibility that alien life might not want to kill us is considered heretical and is often met with a pistol to the head. There is no time for these things. All there is time for is worship of the God Emperor and a million wars to be fought. To be a human in the 41st millennia is 99% of the time to live a horrible existence.
Yeesh. Whoever lived here is unlucky. Jeez. I like to think the Emperor is just eating up 1,000 sacrifices every day. We do not want to get isekai'd here. Yes.
A human in the 41st millennia is 99% of the time to live a horrible existence, to be one of trillions of other humans across a million worlds throughout the galaxy. A galaxy where AI is outlawed, so humans are repurposed and lobotomized to become slaves.
Not the lobotomy. Not the forced lobotomy.
A place where lack of devotion is met with death. And if you even have devotion, there is a good chance the threats to the galaxy, chaos, and aliens will kill you anyway. Warhammer is a world where you revel in being bad. There are protagonists, there are antagonists, but every faction is some shade of evil. Because playing the bad guys is always more fun. And my friend, you have a selection.
Okay, so this universe is really good for those who enjoy chaos, who strive in chaos, who wants to be bad. And guess what, chat? I'm really bad at that. That's why I struggle in Baldur's Gate 3.
So pick up that las gun, soldier. You and the other 3 million men and women in this single deployment on this single world in this single battle will now show them the might of the God Emperor. That weapon in your hands has killed 99% of the alien populations in this galaxy. Unfortunately for you, soldier, you're fighting the final 1%. May the Emperor be with us. Glory to the first man to die, for in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Oh, sevens! Oh, sevens in the chat, boys! Hail the Emperor! Hail the Emperor! May the Emperor protect.